As a student living in the UK, you may be exempt from the new salary threshold of 38,700 that was recently announced to reduce the net migration. By now, I'm sure a lot of you already are aware of the new changes that the government is planning to implement next year, 2024, to reduce net migration, and they mentioned increasing the skilled worker salary threshold. But if you're a student in the UK, you may be exempt from the higher skilled worker threshold. Hey lovelies, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you're new or seeing my face for the very first time, my name is Faith Ojone. On this channel, I share my life experience in the UK, I share latest updates concerning the UK, and I share story times of things happening in the UK. So if these are the kind of contents that interest you, hit the subscribe button down below, turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Without saying so much, let's get straight into it. We can see this together. So you can see that under the skilled worker information, you will see when you can be paid less. Okay, you might be able to apply for a skilled worker visa if your job is eligible but your salary is less than 26,200. You can be paid between 70% and 90% of the usual going rates for your job if your salary is less than £20,960 per year. This is still the salary threshold for skilled worker visa, okay? But next year they are planning on increasing it, but we're still working with the current salary threshold, and this is what you need to earn. You may be eligible to be paid less as a student in the UK if your job is on the shortage occupation list, if you're under 26 years, studying, or a recent graduate, or in professional training, if you have a science, technology, engineering, or math PhD level qualification, if you have a relevant PhD level qualification in other subjects, your salary must be at least 23,000. Okay, if you have a postdoctorate position in science or higher education, you can be paid less. So what you're saying is, if your current role is part of the shortage occupation list, you can be paid less. If you are under 26 years old or a recent graduate, or you are in a professional training, you can be paid less for a job if one of these apply to you. Number one, you are under 26 years on the date when you apply. You are currently in the UK on a student visa, studying at bachelor's degree level or above, or you've been in your current study for at least 2 years. You are currently in the UK on a graduate entrepreneur visa. You will be working towards a recognized qualification in a UK regulated profession. You will be working towards full registration or chartered status in a job you are being sponsored. So if any of these lists I just mentioned is applicable to you, then you will qualify for a lower salary threshold. But hey, this is the current update. Who knows, they might go ahead and change it by next year and make it applicable to everyone. We don't know yet, but currently as a student in the UK, you can be paid less and you might be exempt from the higher salary threshold that they have announced. But this is just my assumption, it is not a fact. So they are yet to publish a detailed explanation of the current rules. There have been a lot of videos flying around, people giving it their own definition, their own meaning. All I'll say is that do not panic, do not listen to everything that everyone is saying. Wait until the government publish the detailed information on how they plan to achieve this whole point, these 5 steps immigration that they mentioned. Because the truth is, I've seen a lot of videos, it's something they are still discussing. They have not really finalized how they plan to achieve this. It's just like, okay, this is what we've planned to do. We want to cut down net migration by restricting dependence of care worker visa, by increasing the salary threshold for skilled worker visa, by increasing salary for family visa. These are all things that they mentioned, but they have not given detailed information on, okay, is it applicable to everyone? Is it applicable to those in the UK? I saw a video where they were asking the Home Secretary if this is applicable to everyone, and he didn't answer the questions, okay? But people were saying, he said, oh, it's not applicable for those in the UK. We are moving forward, but he wasn't really specific. Okay, so let's wait for them to publish what they really want to do, how they plan to achieve it. And I personally, hopefully, I'm keeping my fingers crossed that these new changes might not be applicable to those already in the UK. It could be only applicable to those coming into the UK, because if it's going to be applicable to those already in the UK, then a lot of people will have to leave the UK, because not every company will be able to pay this new salary threshold. So if you're international students, you are in the UK, and you're looking for skilled worker visa, some of these things employers are not aware of. So maybe if you try to get a job and your employer is telling you, oh, we can't pay you 26,000 because you don't meet the salary threshold, you can also share this information with them, telling them that, oh, you don't have to pay me 26,000, you can actually pay me less depending on the role. So if you fall into this category that I mentioned, then you don't really require to be paid the ongoing rates for the skilled worker visa. You can be paid less. Let's keep our fingers crossed that the new salary threshold implementation will not affect international students in the UK. This is the information I am here to share with you guys. If this video was helpful, you know what to do. Kindly share, like, comment, subscribe, leave your thoughts in the comment section, tell me what you think, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
And you provide some clarity around the legal migration plan with visas. People already in the UK and reapplying for their visas, will they have to meet the new threshold you're arranging of £38,700 per annum?
Okay, so there's a number of things. So the proposals we put forward are forward-looking, not backward-looking. We will make sure that we put clarity, because unfortunately we made that announcement and then the narrative moved on very, very quickly. And I'm conscious there are some people who at the moment,
quite a number of people,
are unsure and concerned because they don't fully understand the proposals put forward. I have committed to make sure I have a clear explainer as to the implications on people, because I announced that last week, and then pretty much the following day flew off to Rwanda, and the conversation has been very much about the Rwanda plan since.
So will they be okay, to use a rather crude summary? Will they be okay, those folk?
That they should, yes,
they will. That's what we need to.
What I'm going to do is make this. So as I say, this is forward-looking.
No, you said yes.
Set of
That's
proposals rather than backward.